about sitting, let's just start from, yeah, you can start right there. I see you agreed art lover. Because just
So,
gonna read through it,
B3.
then we're gonna position ourselves.
All right. I see you're a great art lover.
Art, photographs, to some extent it's my job.
I adore bacon.
Ah, yes, bacon.
Cruelty, majesty.
Chaos, balance.
That's right.
Is Benjamin interested in art?
Not as much as he should be. What about your children?
We try. We try to fill the gaps in the education system.
Yes.
We try to make them read, to take them to concerts and exhibits. We're eccentric enough to believe in the soothing powers of culture.
And you're right.
So, clafouti. Is it a cake? Or a tart? Serious question. I was just thinking in the kitchen, Linzer tort, for example, is that a tart? Come on, you can't leave that one little slice.
Clafouti is a cake. The pastry's not rolled out. It's mixed in with the fruit.
You really are a cook.
I love it. The only thing about cooking is you have to love it. In my opinion, it's the only classic tart. That's to say on a pastry base that deserves to be called a tart.
What about you? Do you have other children?
A son from my first marriage.
I was wondering, not that it's all important, what started the fight? Henry won't say one single word about it.
Well, Henry refused to let Benjamin join his gang.
Henry has a gang?
He also called Benjamin a snitch.
Did you know Henry had a gang?
No, that's terrific.
Why is it terrific?
Because I had my own game.
Me too.
And what does that entail?
There are 5 or 6 kids that follow you and are ready to sacrifice themselves, like in Spartacus.
Absolutely, like in Spartacus.
Who knows about Spartacus these days?
Well, they use a different model, Spider-Man.
Anyway, clearly you know more than we do. Benjamin hasn't been as silent as you implied. And do we know why Henry called him a snitch? No, sorry. Stupid. That's a stupid question. First of all, I couldn't care less, and also, it's besides the point.
We can't get involved in children's quarrels.
And it's none of our business.
No.
On the other hand, what is our business is what unfortunately happened. The violence, that's our business.
To become the head of my gang when I was 12, I had to fight Bobby Kopecki. He was bigger than me, one-on-one, single combat.
What are you talking about, Michael? What's that got to do with it?
No, you're right. It's got nothing to do with it.
We're not discussing single combat. The children weren't fighting.
I know. I just suddenly had a flashback.
There's not that big a difference.
Oh, yes, there is. Excuse me, there's a very big difference.
There's a very big difference.
What?
With Bobby Kopecki, we'd agreed to have a fight.
Did you beat the shit out of him?
Up to a point.
All right, can we forget about Bobby Kopecki? Would you allow me to speak to Benjamin?
By all means.
I wouldn't want to do it without your permission.
Speak to him. What could be more natural?
Good luck.
Stop it, Alan. I don't understand you.
Mrs. Novak.
Veronica, we don't have to be so formal.
Veronica, you're motivated by an educational impulse, which is very sympathetic.
If you don't want me to speak to him, I won't speak to him.
No, speak to him. Read him the riot act. Do what you like.
I don't understand why you don't seem to care about this.
Ma'am.
Veronica.
Of course I care, Veronica, enormously. My son has injured another child.
On purpose.
See, that's the kind of remark that gets my back up. Obviously on purpose.
But that makes all the difference.
The difference between what and what? That's what we're talking about. Our son picked up a stick and hit your son. That's why we're here, isn't it?
This is pointless.
Yes, she's right. This kind of argument is pointless.
Why do you feel the need to slide in on purpose? What kind of message is that supposed to be sending me?
Listen, we're on a slippery slope. My husband is desperate about all kinds of other things. I'll come back this evening with Benjamin, and we'll let things sort themselves out naturally.
I'm not in the least bit desperate.
Well, I am.
There's nothing to be desperate about.
Yes, there is.
Don't make any statement. No comment. No. Of course you can't take it off the market. If you take it off the market, you become responsible. The minute you take Antril off the market, you're admitting liability. There's nothing in the annual accounts. If you want to be sued for falsifying the executive report and get shit canned in 2 weeks, take it off the market.
Last year on Parents' Day, Wasn't it Benjamin who was in that play?
Charlie's aunt.
Charlie's aunt.
Well, think about the victims later, Murray. Let's see what the shares do after the annual meeting.
He was extraordinary.
Yes.
We are not going to take the medicine off the market just because 2 or 3 people are bumping into furniture. Don't make any statements for the time being. Yes, I'll call you back.
I remember him very clearly in Charlie's aunt. Do you remember him, Michael?
Yes. Yes.
He was hilarious when he was in drag.
Yes.
They're panicking. They got the media up there, Ass. You'll have to prepare a press release. But not something defensive, not at all. On the contrary, go out all guns blazing. You insist that Varen's farmer is a victim of a destabilization attempt 2 weeks before its annual shareholders meeting. Where does this paper come from? Why did it have to fall out of the sky right now, etc., and so on? Don't say anything about health problems. Just ask one question. Who's behind this report? Right.
They're terrible, those pharmaceutical companies. Profit, profit, profit.
You're not supposed to be listening to my conversation.
You're not obliged to have one in front of you.
Yes, I am. I'm absolutely obliged to have it here. Not my choice, believe me.
They dump any old crap on you without giving it a second thought.
In the therapeutic field, every advance brings with it risk as well as benefit.
Yes, I understand that. All the same, funny job you have.
Meaning?
Michael, this has nothing to do with us.
Funny job.
And what is it you do?
I have an ordinary job.
What is an ordinary job?
I told you, I sell frying pans.
And doorknobs.
And toilet fittings, lots of other things.
And toilet fittings. Now we're talking. That's really interesting.
Alan.
What's really interesting? I'm interested in toilet fittings.
Why shouldn't you be?
Well, how many types are there?
2 different systems, gravity or pressure assist,
Oh, I see.
depending on the feed.
Well, yes.
Either the water comes down from above or up from below.
Yes.
I could introduce you to one of my stock managers who specializes in this kind of thing if you like. You'd have to leg it out to Secaucus, though.
You seem to be very on top of the subject.
Are you intending to punish Benjamin in any way? You can carry on with the plumbing in some more appropriate setting.
All right.